this victim consciousness, this whole attitude of, we have to blame this person or that person. How about you actually realize that maybe you at some point have to start taking personal responsibility for what's going on in this world? This whole victim consciousness, this whole I'm going to blame it on someone else instead of actually looking at myself and seeing if I'm part of the problem. That type of thing. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to victim consciousness. I see it every day. Especially people want to blame certain groups of people, yet they don't understand that it's because of the fact that you're giving your power away to these same people. And you're going to have the audacity to cry and complain about them? You don't want to have actually bought into their lies, bought into this religion called authority. You continue to buy into their divide and conquer methodologies over and over and over and over and over again. It's the same old shit. Come on, people. Listen here. Listen here. What I'm trying to say is that you need to take a good long look at yourself in the mirror and say, what are things about myself I can change? Why am I still in this victim mentality? Why is it I feel like a victim still? Maybe because of the fact that, like I said, what you need to do, one of the solutions is you need to take back your power, stop giving it to someone else, stop thinking that these people have some power or control over you. That's what I'm trying to say. I understand that it hurts. Some of these people who are living victim consciousness, I understand that the human species have been traumatized, beaten up, and broken down. I get that. And it's really hard to transcend being in that mentality. At one point in my life, I was at a point where I used to just ball up in the corner and just be angry at the world. Oh, I'm not happy about the world. I don't have a better attitude about the world. As I become more awake and more aware, I actually respect the world less and less and less. But still, I said to myself, I looked at myself and saying, the reason why you are going to continue to be in this mindset is because of the fact that you need to change things in your life. You need to change your surroundings. You probably even need to actually move somewhere else or whatever. I realized that you cannot expect something that complaining about it and staying in that victim consciousness forever isn't going to change it. You have to do what you need to do is you need to do the healing on your own. Because the thing or the problem in reality isn't going to heal it for you. No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to heal you. So you have to do the work on your own. And that's what I have been doing for a while now. It's not complete yet, but I'm making progress at least. At least I'm going out there and doing what I'm doing. Doing what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I said doing what I'm doing as I'm doing, excuse me. But like I said, we need to heal. We need to find ways of healing. There's things you need to look into. For example, if your trauma is based on some kind of physical, emotional, or sexual abuse, you need to look into healing techniques. If you don't want to, if you feel that talking to someone that would help you isn't going to do it, for example, or you're not comfortable with the idea of actually speaking to a therapist or whatever, who's going to try to, who and you don't want to spend any money on doing it or a ton of money, then there's methods you can try to look up on the internet or or even the library or any other place. Books. There's a lot of books out there. I'm not talking about those feel-good, new agey self-help books. I'm talking about some practical help books. There is self-hypnosis. You can learn how to do that. You can hypnotize yourself and you can plant positive affirmations in your head. You can even consciously do that. You can actually consciously plant positive self-affirmations in your brain on a daily basis. Wake up in the morning, say to yourself whatever positive affirmations you need to say. When you're saying positive affirmations, make sure they're not in the negative. Because if you understand the law of opposites, you know that if you actually obsess over the negative, you're going to get more of the negative. And I don't mean it in that new agey way, as in you need to ignore the negative. No, what I mean, for example, is okay. Let me give you an example of an affirmation. Let's say that your affirmation is to get over fear. Now, this is the affirmation you don't say when you look at yourself in the mirror or you think to yourself, that I am not a fearful person. Come on, don't that's a negative, and that's not gonna help you. That's probably gonna bring you more of that fear in your life. Instead of saying I'm not a fearful person, say I'm a person of courage. That's what you need to say. I'm a person of courage. I'm a person that stands up for what's right in this world. That's more positive, and it feels good when you say that. It feels good. Repeat that to yourself, for example. Or there's other solutions. There's emotional freedom technique, which is EFT. A lot of people talk about how great that works. I haven't really tried it much of myself because I don't know. I guess maybe because I'm lazy, or I actually have found I've actually becoming better and better at controlling negative emotions on my own. But emotional freedom technique really works. You can go look that up. I mean, there's a lot of free information out there you can look up. There's books, there's stuff, there's videos that will teach you how to do emotional freedom technique, which is based on tapping points, these points in your body that actually release negative emotional energy and build up. You can learn how to use EFT. What other solutions? There's like I said, you can look into hypnosis. Sometimes some of the traumas you may be going through could be related to past lives. I mean, there's past life regression. So, and if your trauma is not related to what's been physically done to you, and it's just about how your world in general and how you think, oh man, this life sucks. My life didn't go the way it wanted. Because trust me, I'm that type of person too. I've gotten to that situation where I actually think to myself, man, life is not not what I thought it's going to be when I grew up, or I'm not happy where it is now. That attitude, Even though I'm doing what I'm doing now, I am living my life purpose, which is to motivate, to actually inspire people spiritually, to go out and actually fight this spiritual war out there against the forces out there that are trying to take away our natural rights and keep it away from us and dumb us down and keep us enslaved and so forth. I'm there to motivate people. I'm not the most. I'm definitely dope. I don't consider myself to be some charismatic individual. I'm not much of a speaker. I do these speaking videos sometimes because I just like to get a message out quicker. But anyways, like I said, if it's an issue of life change, you're not happy with your environment, you don't like being a wage slave, and it's pissing you off, you're thinking, man, this is all bullshit. I want to do something better. Then what you need to do is you need to actually take physical action. A lot of the new agers, or a lot of these people who are teaching you the law of attraction are going to say, oh, all you need to do is just think of being in a better place. You need to do more than that. You need to be taking physical action. You need to be taking, like I said, you need to be taking physical action to make that change. Yes, thoughts are going to actually play a role, but you got to understand that you need more than thoughts. Because personally with me, I needed more than thoughts to make my changes. I need to take physical actions to make my changes in life. Because thinking about it all, I've been thinking about it for years. And, I mean, you can think about something for years and nothing's going to happen unless you're going to actually make it happen. That's one of the main reasons why humanity is in a place they are in now. Because of the fact that people think about something, they say they want to do something, but they don't actually do it. And they don't try to make it happen. They think that it will just fall into place on their lap. It doesn't work like that in this reality. One of the main reasons why the forces of evil on this planet actually get things done and always have get things done is because when they say they're going to do something, they always do it. And usually when they do it in covert ways where you can't see them. And when it's done, it's too late before you even notice what they did. Why we people actually need to be just like that with what we want. The positive changes that we want to manifest in this world, not only for ourselves, but for everybody else. We need to actually say we're going to do something, then do it just like that. That's what we need to do. We need to stand in that power, our inner power, our sovereign power. We need to actually say, when we're going to do something, we're going to do it. I want to make a change in my life. I'm going to make it. Because the universe rewards people who actually will take that problem by the throat and crush it. The universe rewards people like that. And that's what you got to do. So to all the people out there who are blaming things on other people and trying to get bitter and trying to blame it on groups of people who actually really probably aren't the problem due to all this social engineering of divide and conquer, blaming people of certain race, gender, skin color, and all this nonsense that have no basis in true spiritual nature. You need to start looking at yourselves and say, what am I doing to make a difference in the world? Or what I'm doing to make a difference for myself that's positive? The reason why, and the funny thing about it is that you are, the more you complain, the more your power you're giving away to these people. It's one thing to complain about these people, if you're trying to be matter of fact about the situation, but it's another just to complain for the sake of complaining and hope something is going to just magically change. So my advice to you is to actually stop giving away your power to things that actually are making you feel the way you feel right now, or the situation in your life you're in now. Stop giving your power away to that. That's what I'm trying to say. Go out there in the world and make changes that are in alignment with nature. That's in harmony with nature. That's based in universal law, or simply do not cause deliberate harm. You know, as in don't harm anyone unprovoked, or don't. And if you're going to change the word of advice, if you're changing the world, don't do it from a place of hate. Do it from a place of love. And I'm talking about spiritual love, not this romantic version of love. That's my word of advice. Because to all the people out there who are complaining, I always say to you, what are you doing to actually help fix that problem or make a change about that problem? Now, the excuse you're usually going to hear from people, you're going to hear something like, what can I do? No, that's unacceptable. Because of the fact that you have the power to actually make a difference. If you don't know what to do, then find out what you can do. Or even study the subject if you're ignorant about it. That's the things you can do. Then once you actually study the subject enough, help come up with a solution. People as a collective need to stand in their personal power if they want to make change. And stop saying, what can I do? Or that it's just overwhelming, I can't do it. Try to do something, even if it means actually dying to make that change. What I mean by that is that you need to actually do what you can, no matter what the consequences is. That's what I mean by dying. Even if it means dying to have to get it done. But people lack that type of courage, especially with this whole "you only live once" meme, which is actually a giant hoax. But I'm not going to get deep into that. All I have to say is that if you're going to complain about something, at least try to do something about the problem, and do it from a place of spiritual love, not from a place of hate or a place of low consciousness, what a lot of people do, which is what motivates people to actually join these groups that are based on hating that one group out there or that other group, or by perpetuating negative fear-based belief systems. In other words, these collectivist organizations or ideas. This idea of one must suffer for the sake of the group or the good or the one person or the party, that type of thing. Also consider one more thing about staying in victim consciousness or insisting to stay in it. That you're going to continue to attract people in circumstances in your life that are going to continue to victimize you, because you're, like I said, a lot of you people have to actually understand that there's universal laws out there that affect what you attract. And again, the law of opposites plays a role once again, that you're going to continue to attract things into your reality based on your thoughts and in what you're putting out, or what your mindset, the victim consciousness. There's going to be predators out there who are going to actually vibrate towards people who actually think they're always a victim or always actually become a victim of something. That's another thing you have to consider as well. Like I said, I understand that there is external forces out there that are trying to keep us down and trying very hard through different ways. I get that. But that's not an excuse to sit there and say, woe is me. These people want us to be in that state because it will keep us under their control. Like I said, people have a right to complain about them, but only if you're actually trying to do something to make a difference. I'm just saying that people shouldn't complain about other people who are actually helping to make this world the shithole that it is, as long as they do nothing and think that, oh, I'm powerless because of the fact you literally think they have power over you. They don't have power over you. It's just that the collective gives them that power. Because at the end of the day, there's no use in complaining if you continue to give your consent to them and you continue to enable them. I feel for all those people out there who are victims of all sorts of trauma and victims of shitty circumstances in life. I have the deepest sympathies because I've been through it, and right now I admit it. I'm gonna admit to you right here, right now. I'm not perfect. I got a lot of things I have to straighten out with my personal life. There's so many things about the world I don't like that I complain about, but these things are things I necessarily can't really change because the things I want to change literally involves me actually physically changing the landscape of this reality, which is damn near impossible in this third dimension. And it's based on circumstances that, I can't really change, but not because of the fact that it's more to do with actually the scenario that I'm in. That's what I'm trying to say. Because once you're given a life chart, you can't get another one. That's what I'm trying to say. But what I'm trying to admit here is that I wake up every day and I have a cynical, dark view of reality. I'm saying to myself, but that's more due to the fact that it's based on what people every day are doing as a collective, the collective decisions that they're making. That's what I'm talking about. I'm thinking about how people's collective decisions affect other people around us. Because, like I said, this is a shared reality, and people's right and wrong actions affect all of us. It doesn't matter where you are in your spiritual development. You could be the most advanced spiritual being on the planet, and you still can be affected by those who are of lower consciousness. That's one of the main reasons. That's the thing that mainly bothers me. Is the fact that people's co-created decisions that they make on a daily basis. That's my problem. And it does affect everyone. There's a lot of people out there who want to buy into the solipsistic attitude that, oh, that person's belief or attitude doesn't affect me. Oh, it does affect you. And it affects you if it actually means actually to perpetuate the continued enslavement of other people. You need to be concerned if people have beliefs that are based in enslaving another person. Like I said, yes, there is such a thing as negative and bad thoughts that people shouldn't be thinking, and those thoughts are based on wanting to enslave or harm others. I don't care what anyone thinks, but it's the truth. Now, I'm sick and tired of people out there thinking, oh, people have the right to think what they want. Only if those thoughts are not based in causing harm. I'm not necessarily, listen. I get the free will aspect of people thinking what they want, but if it comes to actually thoughts that are based in wrong, that's going to cause us enslavement, or potential enslavement, then I have a problem with it. And you need to be concerned too. But a lot of people, it's because of the fact that a lot of people, see, this is what I was talking about, how when I say that the forces are good based on my nice guys, nice girls video, this whole wishy-washiness. The so-called forces are good, or most people who consider themselves good people, have this wishy-washy attitude. They say they want to make a change, yet how are we going to make a change if we're not militant about keeping evil at bay? This is what I'm talking about. This wishy-washiness.